Good afternoon from Scotland. Before I get into today's video, I just wanted to explain to you why my YouTube channel is called Class on Glass and Fantastic. Class on Glass is where I do all my glass stuff. I used to do hand engraving, and now I use the P2 CO2 to do glasses. And the Fantastic is where I build spider enclosures, tarantula and spider enclosures. But with Class on Glass and Fantastic, I still use the P2, so I just combined both of them. This video right now is for glasses, so if you're here for any tarantula updates or stuff like that, I'm sorry, it's just glasses today. And the video that I'm going to be making, what I'm going to be showing you in the video, I'm going to be doing two glasses. The first one is a whisky glass, or short glass whisky glass, and that is for my daughter's teacher for tomorrow, because here in Scotland the schools close for their summer holidays tomorrow, so I have to make a teacher's gift for him. I haven't even picked a design, I'm so far behind, but I'll do that and you can watch me. The second one is going to be a wine glass, and on that glass is going to be a picture of a Staffordshire Bull Terrier, not a graphic or anything like that. It's an actual dog that I'm going to put on it. So both glasses, different glasses, and they have different settings, because with the teacher's gift it will be a higher setting, and then when I move over to the dog, which I will have to process in Imag-r, you will see me doing that too. So let's get cracking, people. Right, so to process the picture of the dog, we need to go to this site here, Imag-r. That's the way I say it, it's probably not Imag-r. Anyway, let's get cracking. So if you've never used this before, then just follow along. Right, so we go down here and we go to upload, grayscale, then pick your picture, which is this one here. You get 3 a day free, so it's quite a good one. There is actually a way to get 6 a day, because you can do it from your laptop and then you can go on your phone and do it, but it's a lot harder to do it from your phone. Right, so this is a picture here, and we want to crop that because there'll be a lot of space here that we don't need. Just bring it down to near the ears. You can just fast forward this bit if you already know how to use this website. And bring it up to there. And then at the bottom, we want to change the measurements to millimeters and crop. Now we have that. Now we want to resize it. Now this one is going on a wine glass, and the size that I am wanting it is 70 millimeters. So first of all, we need to change this to millimeters. And we change the height, the width will change automatically. 70. Okay, see the width changed. And then this here I changed to, these are my settings, okay, what I put in. You can either copy mine or experiment in your own, but these are the ones that work for me, so that's the ones I use. Then we're left with this here. Beautiful. Next we go to material, and we want to go to CO2 because that's what it is, and then down to glass and OK. And what it will do automatically is mirror it, and we don't want that mirrored, so we go back to this and click this button here. Just want it to be the exact same, and that's what it looks like. Now you can change the gamma. That's what I do here, and I'll show you. If you go down the way, it should go lighter. I'll just drop it down. See, We'll go back up to 1. And then we'll go up the way and I'll show you it goes really dark. Like that. So the black bits that you see are going to be lasered. So they're going to go white. If you have a white dog, this can be a bit tricky, but you can still do it. Right, I'm going to go back down to 1 just now. That was the settings it started with, and then I'm just going to do it bit by bit. I still think it's a bit too light, so I might, not much though. 1.2 looks good. What I like to do is I like to stare at a certain part of the picture. Right, for example, it could be the eye or it could be this bit here, and then I drop the numbers down and then I put them back up just to see if there's much difference. Just slight difference in the ear. Barely noticeable. I think I might just got to 1.1 because all the black's going to be done and I'm quite happy with that. And then contrast, I normally just fling that up to about 5. Sharpen 20 and 20. I don't want it to be too sharp. It looks silly. Yeah, I'm good with that. So that there is my image. I know it looks really, really weird. And then you download it as a PNG. Right, now let's go over to XCS. And we'll go back to the dog one in a minute, but this is the graphic that I got for the teacher gift. The influence of a good teacher can never be erased, and that's going on a whisky glass. And what I do, because I have got loads of stuff down here that's all to do with glasses, for the perimeter up here, I like to write it down so I don't need to measure all the time. So whisky's 260 and the wine's 305, and this number here I'll explain. So what I do, if I was just wanting that graphic on a whisky glass, I don't need to do anything apart from size it. That's it. But because I'm going to have this on a whisky glass at the front, and then I'm going to have writing on the back, I need to do what I'm going to do here. But first, I need to make this the size of the size that I need it on the glass, which is 70. The same as the wine. 70 is a good fit. God, it looked tiny there. No. Right. Now what I do is I get a rectangle. Put that there. And then you can go away. And then you want to click this little bit here because you don't want when you change the width, you don't want the height to automatically change. So the height is 70 because that's the working area. And then this bit here, the width is 130 because that's half the glass. Oh, 1, 3. Oh, so that's like half the glass. Come over here, and then what you do is you just click on that, go to that, make another one exactly the same, and then you ungroup it like so, and then you zoom in. I love how it zooms in really good now. And then you click on one, and all you do is bring one over to the other one like that, so they're touching. So this will be one side of the glass and this will be the other. Then you move your design, whatever it may be, up there, and you can put it, and it shows you, you know, the two blue lines that you can see going up and down. That's center of that side. And then on this side here, I go over to the writing bit. Click here, and it is to Mr. Nut. From Summer. My daughter's called Summer, by the way. To Mr. Nut. Maybe I should write something in the middle. Or maybe I won't, because I wrote something at the other side, right? Ignore me, ignore me. And then we want to set that to engrave, and then I've got a font that I like to use. Atma, I like that. And obviously that's going to be far too long. Like that would take up a whole side. So let me see, make it smaller. And the same with this, you just put it in the middle, like so. So one side will have that, and then straight opposite will have that. So you just take your perimeter, whatever it is that you're working with, and then half it. And then the easiest way is to make two rectangles like that, and then put one in the middle and one other middle. And then when the glass is actually done, it works out good. Some glasses you might struggle with, you know, ones that are funny shaped, right? But this one works, so it's all good. Right, next what we want to do is this here, the SVG, that's going to engrave, and my settings for the SVG are 30. So we've got power 30, speed 250, one pass, lines per centimetre is 200. Right, and then we want to do the exact same for the writing, and I've already got these saved. I don't even put in what the material is. I don't need to. I just put in my settings, glass settings. Well, there we go. And what will happen is, when I'm going to do it, you make sure that, because right now I'm going to actually not select any of it because I'm going to be doing one glass at a time. But when I do go to do it, this I'll put to 30, that I'll put to 30 and switch them on. But the rectangle, make sure, like when you click on it, that this stays off. So this, click on, that's 30, that's on, that's ready to go. Triangle that's on the outside of it is off. These are just a guide. You'll see what I mean in a wee while. Put that back off. Right, next we are moving on to the wine glass. So just like before, but we've got wine here, and it's also good to have these here, so when you're changing glasses, you don't need to measure them or anything, so you can just, you know, read what you're doing and then put it up there. So wine is 305 and it's 152.5. So again, we get a rectangle. No, Jane, not that. We get a rectangle like so. Move that over here. 152.5. Make sure you click this. 152.5. And then this here is 70. Like so. And then again, same as before, go over here. Click that, do this, do that. ungroup it, zoom in, wait, I need to click off, and then move over. So again, just like the whisky, we've got the front side of the glass and the back side of the glass. And then we need to grab the dog picture that we did. So we go up to File, Import Image. And I nearly grabbed that one. Just see, these are other ones I was doing. I was playing about with them. This one here. Perfect. And that's, why is it saying 69.7? That should be 70. Let's change that. Just make sure it's the right height. And then put that wee doggy in the middle. See how it's got the lines going up, going along the way that you can see there. Ignore this half, right? Just working on the spit, and then you've got the lines. That's exactly smack bang in the middle. Oh, Jane. And then you let go. And then on this side of the glass, it is, what's she wanting? Rosie 21. So Rosie, and I'll change that to engrave. And if I was doing glasses for like a competition or things like that, I always use New Roman, New Times Roman, sorry. So this is for Rosie. I'm going to leave it down here just now because she's wanting the number 21 as well. That's obviously for her 21st birthday. And then we can have a wee play about and see what one looks, let's see what 21, that looks actually alright. And you just go down them. Oh goodness, don't think she wants a big bloody one. You don't even need to click on it, you just drag it down. I wonder if there's a bubble one. Bubble one would be quite good. Bubble. That would work. That look okay? Let me enlarge that and see. Nah. The reason why it's just because every other bit of writing's like nice and fine. That might look a bit blocky. So go back up to the top. Too formal. Nope. That actually looks quite nice. What was it? Dancing script one I like. Quite girly. Dancing script one. Okay. So we can move that there. Should I make the 21 a little bit bigger? Because it's like, cool. Right. So we're in line. Get down. And then what we want to do is do that and combine it. So it's just one thing that I can move about. And then take it over this side. I wonder if I can make it a tiny bit smaller, maybe. How do I want it there? Just try to think. The wine glass is about that. The dog's going to be a bit there. Like that will probably do. Make sure it's in the middle. Yep. Okay, now for this one, the Rosie 21 will be the same as the other ones that I've just done. So it will be the 30 glass settings, right? But the dog is different. I did do one of my dogs in the 30 and it turned out okay because my dog is black, there wasn't as much engraving. But when I did another dog, that one that you seen earlier on, in fact I've got it, where'd it go? See that, this is my dog and it's got a lot of white there, so when I did it, the black bits, it turned out okay. But when I did this sausage dog, see how there's a lot more, it looked terrible. So I went back to my old settings. Now if you've ever, like on the Facebook group for the P1 and 2, I posted a video of me doing a Taylor Swift glass. Well, you could go to my YouTube and see it. And it turned out good, so I went back to them settings, which I will show you in a minute. Right, so you just click on the dog and you go over here, and I've already got these saved. Where are you? Glass, have I just got to save this glass? Yep, so it's 10 power, 250, 1 pass, and 120 lines per centimetre, and also like the writing one is 200 lines per centimetre, so I think that's what's made it look really bad as well. So that's the settings for that. And again, just like the one above, I'm gonna make sure nothing's selected because I'll need to see what one I'm going to do first. So the next stage is I'm going out to my hut because that's where my P2 is, and I will show you how I set up the machine for a whisky glass and a wine glass, and let you see how I do it. So I'll see you in the hut. Right, here we are out of the machine. Ignore the noise that my machine is making. It's like there's something loose that needs tightened. Anyway, ignore that. Right, we're going to do the whisky glass first, and this is how I do it. So I use these things that came with the RA2 Pro. No idea what they're called, but I think they're to hold rings, but we ain't going to be holding rings. Then I get a bit of rubber because I did a rubber stamp, and then I just wrap that round there like so. And I put that on, and then I tighten it. And 6 hours later, right, I tighten it like that, but it's not like overly tight. It's not, because you don't want to obviously break the glass. And then I put this on the other side, and then I push it up, then I tighten it. And then all we need to do is see where the laser dot is before I straighten it up. Actually need to move you over here so you don't hit by this. Hold on. Okay. Oh, and first, how I decide where the highest point of the glass is, I just look from this angle, I bend down and I look from this angle like I'm doing now, or I put a bit of paper over it. The highest point of the glass is there, exactly where that dot is. See the dot in the glass, dot in the laser light. I just lie that on top, and I also, just because I want to get a photo so I can line it up, I get a bit of painter's tape because I don't want to go too close to the top. you know, when I do put my thing on it. So that's just for the photo. So I just set a bit of paper on it like that. Nothing special, doesn't need to be in a certain position, as long as the bit where the dot hits is totally flat on the glass and it's not like hanging off it. Right. Whoop. And then we take a measurement, and that's done. Straighten up. And then what I do next is just make sure that this is straight. Right, now we're back at the computer. So I've done the measurement, and then I will do a close-up shot. Always work with a close-up camera. Move this one out of the way. Bring this one down. Check, because this is a whisky glass, so whisky, the perimeter should be 260. That's what it is up there, so that's good. And then we come to the design, and then we off that, click on the design, turn it on there, make sure it's the right settings, go to the writing, turn it on, right settings, outside triangle is off, that's good. Other triangle is off, that's also good. Go to the design, the close-up camera, which is that. And because the glass is upside down, you need to put the writing or whatever it is the same way as the glass is, okay? So we can enlarge all that. Not enlarge, group, oh my God. Select, that's the word. And then we want to do a whole 180. Spin that design right round. And then we move it here. And I have got that bit of painter's tape, remember? So I am wanting to put this to where the painter's tape is. And the design is good to go. All I need to do now is remove the painter's tape, remove the bit of paper, and what I like to do is use a tiny, tiny bit of fairy liquid. That is the best. They're all basically the same, right? But fairy is the best in the UK. That's what I use for my dishes at home. It doesn't really matter what you use. You don't even need to use it. This is what I do because I like using it, and I think it just gives a better finish. So I'll pause the video here and then come back when the glass is done. Sorry, I thought it was best that I show you this too. So it's just showing me the design. It looks upside down there because it is. And it will take 13 minutes 16 seconds. Everything's good to go. So I just press start. Oops, where's my cursor? Press start. Then we go over here and press start. And this is it finished. I've still to give it a wash, but you can see, oh, turned out great. And then the writing's on the other side. Right, now I will show you how I do a wine glass, and we'll do the dog one. This is how I set up a wine glass. Now, when I made the first part of this video, I had to go and actually buy more glasses, and my usual place had ran out of the wine glasses I absolutely love. So these are slightly smaller, so I've had to change all the settings, which is quite annoying. But this is how I set it up, and what I want to do is where I'm going to be lasering, roughly from there to about there, I want this bit as flat as possible. So that's why I've raised it up, so it's a bit flatter than what it was. It would be like a lot more of a dip. So that's that, and then I'll just get the laser head and then you can see that the dot is where the highest point is, and that's what that is. And then I literally just ignore the wee cross that's on this bit of paper, but just make sure that the paper is flat at the bit where the laser light's hitting. And then go over to the computer and quick measure. There we go, because I had to move the tray up, no, down, sorry, I had to move the tray down as well. So what we want to do is also take a close-up picture, because right now what you're seeing is still the whisky glass. Like that. Right, now we need to just get the I need to make sure that the old picture, need to make sure it's unselected. We don't want to be lasering that again. Off. Okay, so I changed the primer up here to 280, not the usual 305, and then I also had to change the size of these, but it's all good. It's either going to work or it's not. I hate changing glasses. I'm going to make this a bit smaller because it's a smaller wine glass. I get stuck in my own ways and the glasses that I use, and I love it. And that's the first time they've actually ran out, which is pretty crap. Okay, so again, same as like before, the dog, click on the dog, and then I don't know if you can see it because of the light, but we go up here and make sure it's set to go out, output on, Rosie 21, output on, the triangle's off, rectangle's off, and that one's off. Now this is different from the whisky glass because the wine glass is the right way round. Again, just make sure that whatever image you're putting on your glass, if the glass is sitting the right way around, the picture goes the right way around. If the glass is upside down, the picture goes upside down. So we just want to highlight all this, bring it over here, ignoring that bit of paper. It's off now and I've put my fairy liquid on. So I'll bring this up to the painter's tape. Don't go over the line like I just did there. Up to the line. Hopefully this will work out all right. I'm not sure if I should have made the dog shorter because it's a smaller wine glass, but I'm just going to wing it and see what happens. So press process. And that'll take you off of my, right. So this is going to take 7 minutes 55 seconds. Go up to here and press start. And then sit you there, press start on my machine. And hope for the best. Come back when it's finished. And this is it finished. It's really hard to video glass. Oh, there we go. That's a good picture. Looks great. And then on the opposite side, I've got Rosie 21.